Hello everyone, this is Nora from Findaily, and today I'm going to talk to you about the OPPO Reno 10x Zoom. We've done first impression videos before, but this is going to be more of like a full review. And this sits right between a flagship and a mid-range phone, I would say. So you get those quality specs, but at the same time you don't have to like empty your entire wallet to get it. So yeah, let's get right into it. This is one of the largest screens we've seen so far among all the flagships that's come out lately. It has a 6.6-inch display, and it's so much larger than this Rice Krispie. I'm not sure how well it shows on camera, but it's a rather thick phone to hold, and it's definitely more on the heavy and bulky side of things. So it might not be the friendliest of phones for people with small hands, like this girl right here. But other than that, I have to say I love the design of this phone. I like the matte finish in the back, and I'm also in love with this full screen. I've gotten used to it by now, so I can't go back to a notch display. I don't know, I'm sold. I'm sold, you guys. To me, the matte finish both looks and feels quite luxurious, and you also don't have to worry about fingerprint smudging. See? It's not that obvious. But if it's like really important to you, just swipe it. Just swipe it. And do you see this knob right here under the camera? It's there to prevent the lens glass from getting scratched. And I love the way they flattened the camera module to get this look. I still remember the camera module from the Mi 9. It was sticking out really far, so the phone couldn't lie flat on the table. So when I had it like wobbling there, I don't know, it drove me nuts. Also, fun fact, did you notice that they've changed the logo? It used to be more squished out, but now it's more rounded out. So far, the camera module is one of the most innovative designs we've seen yet. It's a continuation of the OPPO Find X design philosophy. I give you the shark fin. So at first, I wasn't sure how I felt about the camera module. It's kind of odd, isn't it? Like, it's not symmetrical. And I can see from like a technical point of view, it's probably a quite like durable solution. But aesthetically, I wasn't sure. But I have to say it's grown on me recently, and now I kind of like it. OPPO says you can open and close the shark fin 200,000 times. That equals like opening it 100 times a day for 5 years. I don't know if that's true, but you can get back to me in 5 years and I'll let you know. But I have to say it does look quite durable. And also, if you drop it, the camera is supposed to retract to avoid any further damage. Like this. What? It worked. I wasn't sure about that. So as soon as it leaves my hand, it starts to retract. You see that? Pretty cool. Also, I have to say, this phone has a really impressive haptic motor. Like when you zoom in like this, and you change the scale, you feel these tiny but precise vibrations right where my thumb is. It's kind of hard to describe, but it feels really good. Let's talk about the camera. In general, I think the Reno's camera performance is great. The camera is really responsive, which is nice, and the level of saturation in the photos is also good. And the colors look true to life. In the wide-angle mode, there is no distortion in the edges, and the overall exposure and contrast look balanced. In the default mode, the photo quality looks sharp. Then when zooming in 2 times, 6 times, 10 times, and the newly updated 60 times zoom, the color still remains consistent. But at 60 times zoom, you might want to use a tripod or something because it's impossible to keep your hands still. When taking pictures at night, the camera is still snappy. You don't have to wait for the system to calibrate. However, in normal mode, there tends to be some lens flaring, which is probably just the result of the algorithm trying to reduce the noise in the photo. But when using night mode, that problem is solved and the picture as a whole is brighter. Also, the phone we're using here is just a beta, and OPPO says the lens flare issue will be solved in the upcoming retail version. This is a fantastic phone to game on. The big display just makes you feel like you're seeing so much more, and coupled with the smooth animation and high resolution, gaming on this phone feels pretty great. Even when the setting's on max, I haven't had a problem with lag or spiky performance, even after gaming for a few hours. So far, everything is peachy. It does heat up considerably though, even though it has a liquid cooling system. After like a 30-minute gaming session, it still gets pretty hot. The speakers on this device are great too. They go up to a pretty good volume, and the 2 speakers are both stereo speakers, So that means that they both have a left and a right channel that makes the sound production much more three-dimensional when you're listening to music. The top speaker is installed inside the shark fin, so you'd think the sound would be more muffled, but there's this tiny slit in the top here, and the sound can travel through it. It has a 4065 milliamp battery, which is more than enough to last you throughout the day. And I gotta admit, it's really nice not having to bring a power bank with you or worrying about running out of battery. I love it. It also charges really fast using the VOOC 3.0 flash charge. When I tried it out, it went from 0 to 48% in 30 minutes. So this phone costs about $600, and that is for 6 gigs of RAM. You can also get 8 gigs, but personally, I think 6 gigs is enough, especially if you don't want to spend the extra money. Maybe I'm biased though, because I use a 6 gig phone myself. But I can game, I can do whatever I want, and I've never had any issues. It all really comes down to whether the OS has been fully optimized to distribute RAM well. So that's all I have for you here today. What do you think about the OPPO Reno? Personally, I quite like it. I think it's like you get a lot for the money you pay, right? And what's even better than that is getting it for free because we're doing a giveaway. That's right, y'all. Just follow the link in the description below, and you know how it goes. You've done this all before. And that's it. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. I'm Nora from Fandeli, and I'll see you guys next time.